Start, I do want to just recognize both Dana and Melissa. I know everyone deserves credit, but their hard work, I didn't have to think about anything. The games were uploaded, snacks were talked about, things were taken care of, right? It allowed me to focus on coaching, right? So I am beyond belief and just so ecstatic that I had the opportunity to be a part of this journey with you guys, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all of your effort and energy and making sure that things are organized, because I'm never really organized like that. So ask my wife, she'll be the first to tell you that I'm a hot mess. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Secondly, for the parents, so I know I've talked to a lot of folks, and I didn't really know what to expect coming into this year, right? New community for me. I'm not from here, and to be honest with you, I was very kind of hesitant at first, right? But within the first couple of weeks, I started to talk and meet people, and sorry, I'm gonna get emotional, but I can't express how awesome you guys are and how welcome I feel, right? You guys are so supportive, and the love you guys have for your kids, it's inspiring to me as a young father. Seeing how much effort and energy you guys put into the well-being for their success, it's inspiring to me. But not only that, to take someone like myself who's a stranger and to accept me and make me feel like family, it's very touching to me, because how I operate family is a lot to me. It's actually everything to me. And I can leave this experience saying that I've gained family members and people that I see, I want to hug, I want to know how you're doing, and I want to make sure that we stay in touch. So thank you guys all for that experience. I cannot express my gratitude enough for you guys. So thank you. I gotta get my stuff together, I gotta compose myself. So, okay, now I would like to say a little something about each player, what they've kind of brought to the table, and what I've kind of seen from them as the season has gone on. So what I'd like you guys to do, and parents, if you want to snap some pics when they come up, grab your book, shake my hand, it's kind of like a diploma, graduating, moving on, come up. Make sure you don't have any food on your hands, please. Wash them, okay? So the first one is Brady.
Yay!
Come stand next to me, dude.
Okay, Steve. Sorry.
You're good. So, a unique story about Brady. When I first met Lisa, she expressed to me that Brady had a coach formerly, and again, no judgment, but kind of handicapped him with his aggressiveness, right? So that told me as a coach, I need to be on Brady to push him to be aggressive, because I saw a talent level that he wasn't exhibiting on the court. And it took a while. Brady, it took a while for him to come out of his shell. But the last 3 games, I want to tell you, I'm so absolutely proud of you. You've hit jumpers, you've hit floaters. Your intensity level has gone out of the roof. And I want to say to you, not only that, no matter how hard I get on you, right? You're always smiling. You're always bringing that positive energy. And as a coach, I love coaching kids like you, because you're willing to work every day. You're willing to work every day, but you don't take it personal. You know that I'm trying to allow you to get better, and I've seen you grow over this year. So I really appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. Next one. Bring that blonde hair guy over here with the nice flowing locks. With those gorgeous locks, Christopher.
Sorry, bud. I'm like, no grace on this book.
Little joke between me and Chris. There's something that I do every practice. I ask him if he's combed his hair today. That's the first thing I do. Have you combed your hair? With his pillow. And then I ask him, the second thing is, do you have your headband, dude? I want to make sure he keeps those locks growing and nice and back, right? With Christopher, I definitely share a special bond with Chris. as a coach, I feel, as Adam was saying, part of my job is to push them on the basketball court. At the beginning of the year, I issued a challenge to Chris. And I was very pointed about that challenge. I told him, you have to get better if you want time. And I told him, if you don't get better, you're not going to see time. And I was very honest with him. Chris didn't pout. Chris didn't say, woe is me. All this kid did was come into the gym every single day and work his tail off. He was the first one in lines when we're doing line drills all the time. His jumper improved, right? He made sure that every day he was focused. All I can ask as a coach is if I challenge someone, that they respond in a way that this kid did. I'm so proud of him for where he started to where he's at now, and I've seen that growth. So I'm proud of you, son, and thank you for working so hard. I appreciate it.
Picture, parents.
You don't want to see my ugly mug.
Hey, awesome. Thank you.
Yes. My big guy, Mr. Big Ben. Come on down. Little story about Finn. Every day in practice, Finn is one of the first guys I go to. Because Finn's always smiling. Finn is a happy guy. You see the smile come out. And I just want to joke with him and see how he's doing. You know, I ask, how you doing, buddy? I'm good, coach. Always bringing that positive energy. Finn had a little bit of a different story basketball-wise. So Finn started off the year starting every game, right? And we had some other big men that stepped up, and I wanted to see what rotations looked like with those other guys. I came to Finn and I told Finn, hey, you're not starting, but I still need you to remain ready. Finn could have lost it. Finn could have said, I'm not going to be ready. Finn could have been disconnected from it. Not once did Finn say, I'm giving up on this situation. Every time Finn got into the game, he played his butt off. When I challenged him to be more aggressive, Finn stepped up and tried to be more aggressive. When I challenged Finn to put his all in, Finn met that challenge each time. With kids like Finn that are willing to take a lesser role at times, that's what makes teams go, right? Everyone has to play a role on a basketball team, and it's sometimes not the role that we want to play, but finding a way to navigate that with grace and to show respect and how to do that to your other teammates, I can't thank you enough for that, Finn. Thank you very much, son.
Good job, Ben.
Another one of my big guys. Come on, Henry, come on down here, buddy. So I call him Henry the Brainiac. He's my coach on the court. So I'll be heated just in the middle of something, like yelling at the kids, and Henry will be like, coach. And I just turn around, and Henry will be like, well, what about this, coach? And I'll be like, and I just stop for a second, and I'll be like, Henry, yes, actually. The next person, Isaiah. Funny thing about Isaiah always is smiling too. He's one of those kids, I swear, we could be losing by 1,000,000 and he's just smiling on the bench. He's so happy. He's like looking at me. And he always has this look on his face like, Coach, why are you so mad at me right now? And I love it because I know I can look at Isaiah and know it's okay. Like, he gives me that reassurance. But beyond that, from where you started as a basketball player and me pushing you to become better and more aggressive, the last couple of games you've really shown how good of a basketball player I think you can be. If you maintain being the effort to being aggressive and believing in yourself as much as I believe in you, the sky's the limit for your skill level, right? I think when Isaiah was able to gain confidence in himself and really figure out that I can play this sport, his production went up, right? And I think that's going to be the key for you moving forward. maintaining that belief in yourself that you can play basketball and never allowing someone to tell you that you can't, right? You work hard, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Good job, Isaiah.
Of course, yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Next one. Joshua. So, funniest thing about Josh, talking to him, I was talking to Adam, and I didn't realize Josh's age, right? From day one, when Josh came in, I said to myself, he's a leader. That's what I said. And I challenged Josh to be a leader. And that was my challenge to him. Beyond being a good basketball player, what I told Josh was, if you're going to be one of the best players on the basketball court, you also need to lead them, okay? And talking to Adam, when I finally realized his age, I realized how mature he actually is, how much of a leader he actually is, right? And he does it in a very subtle and quiet way. He's not a very boisterous type guy. And I think leadership oftentimes can be misconstrued with being the loudest person in the room, right? Sometimes leadership can be doing the right thing, right? Being the person that people can lean on, okay? We know that you undeniably you have great talent to play basketball. I think one of the biggest keys for you is continuing to be a leader and finding that voice to speak when you know that you should be interjecting. Because for me, looking at you as a basketball player, I know you're a great leader as well. Okay, buddy? I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yes. Logan. Logan. I love Logan. When I look at Logan, his talent is immense. For me, as a basketball coach, I love kids like him because I know how much talent he has. What was my one thing I always tell you to do? Under control. That's what I'm preaching to Logan. When Logan plays under control, he is one of the best basketball players that I've seen play. He can get to any spot on the court. He can score. He can pass. He can do everything under the sun as a basketball player. The other thing that I wanted to say, in addition to Josh, I challenged him to be a leader. That was the first thing that I talked to him and Josh about when I pulled them aside. I said to them, you have to lead our team. You're the people that I look to make sure that our guys are okay. Logan's a little more talkative, a little more boisterous, not in a negative way, in the most positive way. But I think one of the greatest attributes he brings to the table is him being able to stay locked and loaded, and even if he misses like 4 threes, right? The guy has no conscience. Like, he's ready to play. And that's something you can't teach as a coach, having confidence in you as a player, and it's not misguided. I think you're an awesome player, and the sky's the limit for you, so thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh, yes.
Buddy.
Where's your?
Yes. Matthew.
Good job.
So, this is a funny thing too about Matthew. Maybe many of us don't know. My little brother Kerry coached the 4th grade team last year. And the first question he asked me, he says, do you have Matthew So on your team? He's raw, he's good. That's what he's telling me. So Matthew was on our team, and I'm talking to my brother, and there was a period of time when Matthew didn't start. And being honest, me and Matthew had a conversation about it, and it was his aggressive level. As far as basketball goes, Matthew is an uber talented basketball player, one of the best on our team. He's shifty, he can get to any spot, he's under control, he's a great decision maker, right? I challenged Matthew at the beginning of the year to be aggressive, to believe in his talent. A few weeks went by, and Matthew accepted that challenge in practice. And Matthew's not a boisterous guy either. Matthew's very quiet, very reserved. But Matthew took on that challenge head on. Matthew started the back half of our season, and it completely changed the dynamic of our team. Because what would I tell you? If you play well, what happens to the rest of our team? The team plays well, and I meant every word of that. I think as long as, again, the same thing with some of our other kids, you have to have confidence in how good you can be as a basketball player. Me personally, I think the sky's the limit for you. You're an amazing basketball player, and the response that you had and earning that time makes me know that you have the work ethic and the mentality for you to be great at basketball. So I appreciate you.
Good job, Matthew.
Oh, sorry, one last story too. I talked to Dad. Matthew showed up one day and just was like so aggressive, and I was like, I don't know what you said to him, but thank you. I was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Dad, whatever you did, keep that up, because he's like, I was yelling at him. I figured that was the case. I figured, but it worked. It worked. Oh yes, yes. Parker.
Parker.
So when I first saw Parker trying out, the first thing in my head as a coach, it says to me, you can't teach size. We need tall guys, right? But then I saw Parker start to dribble the basketball, and I was like, wow. Then I saw Parker shoot the basketball, and I was like, wow, okay. This kid has a skill set. I love it. Not only is he tall, he has a skill set. Beyond that, one of the nicest kids I've ever had the pleasure of coaching. One of the most respectful kids that I've ever had the privilege of coaching. He never says a negative thing about anybody. I've never heard him be negative, ever. And for team chemistry and just being good people in general, he's top notch in my opinion. Every day he comes to practice, he's ready to work. He's a respectful guy. But beyond that, he can play some basketball. I think you didn't start the first half of the year, right? Yeah, you didn't, right? And eventually, he worked himself into being able to start the last back half of the year. And it had nothing to do with me. As I do with most of our guys, I challenged him. I told him, you need to be more physical. You need to have more confidence. And I saw him grow tremendously over that 3-week period, just talking to Kevin about it. And I couldn't have asked for him to do any more than what he did, and he earned every minute that he got. Continue to grow, continue to be aggressive, continue to be who you are as a person, and I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Yes. And last and certainly not least,
Good job, Parker.
my hammer, my smash. Oh man, let me tell you about this guy. One of the most hilarious kids I've ever coached, seriously. And it's like we'll be in the middle of practice, and I'm just mad, like fuming about like a set, they're not doing it, and he'll just say something obscure, and I just turn around, and I'm trying so hard not to laugh at this guy, but I mean that lightheartedness, don't ever lose that, right? Because beyond all of what we do in life and all the issues you may have, being able to approach situations with levity and kindness and smiling and joking is going to be an asset for you, right? Now, to the basketball stuff. Me and Andy have had many conversations about Zach. And, no, your jumper got so much better over the time that we've been together, right? But that's not where you lay your hat. Zach was our dirty guy, the guy that did all the dirty work. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Not in a bad way. I'm sure you take showers, buddy, okay? There you go. Enforcer. That's a better word. Yes, thank you.
That's a good word.
Anytime I would insert Zach into a game, and I'm doing this to him. What does that mean, Zach? Smash. And I don't want him to hurt anybody. He legitimately, maybe not so hard, not too much, a little bit. Legitimately, I would insert him, and it changes the whole dynamic of a basketball.
Yeah.
Period.
Yes.
And that's not because of anything I'm doing. It's not because I coached you a certain way. This kid gives 150% every time he gets on the court. It may not be the prettiest thing all the time. But I know every single time you get on the court, you're going 150%, right? I also hear you're a pretty darn good lacrosse player, right? So that physicality work comes in handy as well. I appreciate all that you've done for us and being able to have a role that you may not have been accustomed to, right? You not being able to play as much. You took that very well, and you also brought your hard hat every day, came to work. So I appreciate you very much.
Yeah, good job, Zach. Look at that.
I think that's it. Yeah? Good.
Good job, Zach.
Oh, no, sorry.
Love you.
Thank you guys so much for the books. They are such an amazing gift. Like, again, the team, like, I can't believe, like, all the wonderful things that, and memories that I have to take home with me. Boys, just let me say this as a group. You guys have a special group of parents. And I mean this with all seriousness. In my profession where I work, I've met a lot of kids that don't have the opportunities or parents that you guys have. That support is paramount in your success as kids and as becoming young men as you grow. Please never take that for granted. Having parents that are in your corner that care about you, because I can wholeheartedly say every last person that I've come in contact cares about your future and will do anything for you. Never take that for granted. So thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you, coaches.